Good morning, children. Today we are going to have the expression for the magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron. Okay, therefore we will derive this expression and we will find out the Bohr magneton condition and its value. Okay, so to understand this concept of magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron, we want to consider the Bohr's atom model, okay, in which hydrogen like atoms are considered, in which a negatively charged electron revolve around the positively charged nucleus. This uniform circular motion of electron is equivalent to a current loop which possesses the magnetic dipole moment I into A. This we have defined, that is a magnetic dipole moment of a current loop is nothing but IA. Okay, so it is shown here in this diagram. Consider the electron revolving around anti-clockwise manner. Okay, so electron is revolving anti-clockwise manner around the nucleus in the orbit having the radius is equal to r. So this is the radius of the orbit with the speed v. Okay, why it is said that with the speed v? Because during the complete circular path it is changing its direction continuously. Okay, but its speed remains constant. The way that speed magnitude remains constant, and therefore it is considered as a v. Okay, and it requires capital T as a time period to complete one revolution. Okay, so let us understand here magnetic dipole moment of electron is equivalent to current loop which possess value is equal to I into A. So this is a magnetic dipole moment of a revolving electron. Okay, now and this particular electron is moving with speed v. So speed of electron is equal to v. Okay, then time period is equal to capital T. Okay, now if we consider this, then we have to find out the equivalent current. Okay, so current associated with this particular one electron is we are going to consider. So current is given by I is equal to charge upon time, Q by T. Okay, so charge upon time, or we can say that here a charge on the electron is E and capital T is the time period to complete one circular rotation. So it is equal to E upon, now this capital T time period we have converted in terms of the distance upon speed. Okay, so total distance covered by this particular, total path covered by this particular electron is nothing but the circumference. So it is 2 pi r divided by v. Okay, so this altogether I can say that I is equal to EV upon 2 pi r. Okay, now in this we are going to consider as the area of the loop is equal to area of loop is equal to pi r square. Okay, now therefore we want to find out the orbital magnetic moment. Okay, so orbital magnetic moment as it is moving in a particular circular orbit, okay, due to orbital motion, that we are going to find out and name it as a mu L. Okay, so orbital angular momentum, orbital magnetic moment, orbital magnetic moment, it is due to orbital motion of electron is given by mu L is equal to I into A. Okay, now I we have found out, that is EV upon 2 pi r into area, and we have said that area is equal to pi r square. Okay, so therefore I can say that mu L is equal to EVR by 2, and this is the basic expression for the orbital magnetic moment of the electron moving in the circular orbit. Okay, now as this negatively charged electron is revolving anti-clockwise, the associated current, whatever we consider as a current I, that is in the clockwise direction, because conventional current is the direction of conventional current is opposite to the direction of the electron current. So electron current is moving in the anti-clockwise manner and the conventional current I is moving in the clockwise manner. Okay, therefore if we apply the right hand thumb rule, okay, so according to right hand thumb rule, if we apply, then the direction of the magnetic dipole moment of this revolving electron will be perpendicular to the plane of its orbit and in the downward direction. Because in the previous lecture only we have found out what is the direction of that particular magnetic dipole moment of the current carrying loop, isn't it? So according to that, if we apply this, then this particular magnetic dipole direction of magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron will be perpendicular to the plane of orbit and in downward direction. Okay, you can see that in the downward direction. Okay, now angular momentum of particular electron due to orbital motion is nothing but mvr. We have studied this formula in 11th standard also. Okay, so angular momentum of electron due to orbital motion is given by L is equal to mvr. So here I'll take mass of the electron. Okay, and this is our second equation. Okay, now direction of this L or direction of this vector L is normal to the plane of the electron orbit and it is in the upward direction. So angular momentum of the electron, revolving electron, is in the upward direction, isn't it? And the orbital magnetic moment of the electron, revolving electron, is considered to be in the downward direction. Okay, so we can have here both the directions are given for L also and for mu L also, and both are acting in the opposite direction. Okay, so we will write down here the direction of vector L is normal to plane of electron orbit and in the upward direction. Okay, therefore this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So we are going to divide 1 by 2. So 1 by 1 divided by 2. Okay, we can get it here, mu L divided by L is equal to, now mu L is EVR by 2 divided by L is equal to, this is nothing but m E, mass of the electron, VR. Okay, so if we calculate this together, then we can get it as a E upon 2 mass of electron. This value we will get it as a ratio, and this constant ratio, because value of E is fixed, mass of the electron is also fixed, so this ratio of mu L upon L, this ratio is called as a gyromagnetic ratio. Okay, so this ratio is called as gyromagnetic ratio. Okay, and its value, suppose we want to find out this ratio value, mu L upon L, this value comes out to be 8.8 into 10 raised to 10 coulomb per kg. Okay, This is for the electron. So if I again rearrange the equation, then I can get it as a mu L upon L is equal, or mu L is equal to E upon 2me into L. Okay, so now mu L is also directional vector, L is also directional vector. Okay, and we know that direction of L and mu L are opposite. So if I want to write down vector form, so vector form of this equation, if I want to find out, then it has to be how much? It is mu L, vector mu L is equal to minus E upon 2me into vector L. Now this y minus sign, because mu L and vector mu L are in the opposite directions. Okay, so therefore according to Bohr's quantization condition we are going to apply, and according to Bohr's quantization condition, the angular momentum of the electron in any possible or permissible orbit is the integral multiple of h upon 2 pi, where we know that h is equal to Planck's constant, isn't it? So if we apply that particular condition here, that is Bohr's quantization condition, I'll write down here Bohr's quantization condition. If we apply, then L is equal to NH upon 2 pi. Okay, and we know that N stands from 1, 2, 3. These are permissible orbits. Okay, now suppose we put the value here. Once again we are going to find out here the equation. So we will get it here, mu L is equal to N, okay, into EH upon 4 pi ME. Okay, so we have put the value of this L in this particular equation, and we are getting the value, that is mu L is equal to N EH upon 4 pi ME, isn't it? Now this equation is considered to be an important equation. Okay, this equation gives the orbital magnetic moment of the electron revolving in the nth orbit, and thus we can define here once again the Bohr magneton condition, or we can say that this is considered to be a Bohr's magneton condition, or I can say it is a Bohr magneton. So let us define this Bohr magneton. So it is defined as the magnetic moment associated with electron due to its orbital motion in the first orbit of the hydrogen atom. So better we will write down here the it is definition: magnetic moment associated with electron due to its orbital motion in the first orbit of hydrogen atom. Okay, and it is considered as the minimum value of mu L, which is obtained by putting N is equal to 1. Okay, so minimum value of mu L is obtained when N is equal to 1. Okay, so therefore if we put the equation N is equal to 1 in this equation, then we get the equation as a mu B is equal to mu L minimum, because we are putting N is equal to 1, must be equal to EH, N we have put as a 1. Okay, so EH upon 4 pi ME. Okay, so this condition or this particular formula is considered as a Bohr magneton. So for Bohr magneton, in the formula, that is considered as NEH upon 4 pi Me. We are putting N as a 1, and specially it is for the hydrogen atom. Okay, so therefore we can get it as a mu B, that is considered as a Bohr's orbital, isn't it? Bohr's orbital motion, or we can get the minimum value of mu L as a mu B is equal to minimum value EH upon 4 pi Me. Okay, now these all are considered as a different constants. Suppose I want to find out the value, then mu B is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, that is the value of E. Okay, then H we are going to find out as a 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second divided by 4. Okay, and pi is 3.142, and mass of the electron is 9.31 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Okay, suppose we put all those values, then we get this value as equal to 9.27 into 10 raised to minus 24 ampere meter square. Okay, besides the orbital angular momentum vector L, an electron has a spin angular momentum vector S due to its spinning motion. The magnetic moment possessed by electron due to a spinning motion is called as the intrinsic magnetic moment, or considered as a spin magnetic moment. Okay, so we have here along with the orbital angular momentum, L, electron has spin angular momentum also. That is S bar. Okay, so this magnetic moment possessed by electron due to spinning motion is called as intrinsic magnetic moment. Okay, or it is also called as a spin magnetic moment. Okay, and that is given by mu S is equal to, vector mu S is equal to minus E by ME into vector S. Okay, so if I want to find out total magnetic moment of electron, so total magnetic moment of electron is nothing but vector sum of these two momenta. Okay, so mu is equal to mu L, vector mu L, plus vector mu S. So that is equal to minus E upon 2 mass of the electron inside the bracket vector L plus 2 vector S. Okay, so these are the important concept regarding the Bohr magneton condition, as well as how the different formulas for magnetic moment are considered. Thank you.